comic book people out there, it is Wednesday and it's comic book day. It's a good one too. I wasn't able to read everything that I wanted to, but I was able to get through a good portion of them. Let's go into them. First up is Flash issue number 12. Both Flash and Kid Flash were sucked into the Shadowlands by the Shade. Although in this scenario, the Shade technically isn't a bad guy. His powers went haywire, sucked in the Flash, Kid Flash, his girlfriend, and Iris West. And his girlfriend Hope and Iris have been taken over by the shadows of this land, and they're somewhat like villains. Superman Action Comics issue 969. Lex Luthor has been taken by some intergalactic bounty hunters, or at least it seems as though they're bounty hunters. Turns out they're actually trying to stop Lex Luthor from killing a whole lot of people in the future. And Superman kinda sorta wrestles with the idea of whether or not he should go out and save Lex or just leave him to his fate. But come on, it's Superman. Without even reading the issue, you know what's gonna happen. Spider-Man issue number 10. This is a tie-in with the Civil War II storyline. If you're unaware of this, in the Civil War storyline, there's a vision of Spider-Man standing over and holding Captain America's dead body. But all of these visions don't have all of the details that are put in there, and sometimes the visions aren't even true. This issue deals with Miles, who was in hiding but decided to come out in the open and give himself up. Or so we thought, but it also ends up with a big battle between Captain Marvel and Iron Man. Wonder Woman issue number 12, Year 1, Part 5. In this title, they keep flip-flopping between stories. It's either about Year 1, in this instance, where they're trying to establish her love with Steve Trevor, and also establishing herself in Man's world, or the story is set in present day, where she's trying to get answers about what happened in her past. In her Year 1 storyline, which this issue is about, it's establishing how Ares is tied into everything. Next up is Hal Jordan in the Green Lantern Corp issue number 10. Hal Jordan supposedly has died, and the Green Lantern Corp has been captured and put into a city and shrunken down and put into a bottle. Sounds very Brainiac-ish, doesn't it? But there is so much more to it. Turns out he's actually serving someone else. Also, Kyle Rayner, who is the White Lantern of the universe, is back in full force. I was getting a bit irritated they hadn't really brought him back until the past couple issues. Finally, I got Inhumans vs. X-Men issue number 1. The full-on battle between the two different species has begun, and the X-Men make the first strike. If you're not aware about what's happening in the Marvel Universe, there's a Terrigen mist cloud that's going around the planet that kills mutants. The mutants have the ability to destroy this cloud. Unfortunately, if they do this, the Inhumans will never be able to unlock their abilities. So the Inhumans are very protective over this cloud. Surprisingly, the X-Men are very much on the same page with attacking them first in order to destroy the cloud. For sure, this issue really pulled me in. I am excited to find out how they're going to be striking next. So that's my comic load for this week. I also read a couple different titles for Transformers, and I also read Detective Comics number 946. But I'm so irritated with DC with the way they're treating Tim Drake. He's still in limbo. We get a couple flashbacks and we get some holographic representation, but no real appearance of Tim, and I feel like they're just really rubbing in our faces at this point. But whatever, I know that's my own personal issue and it's something that shouldn't bother me as much as it is, but it does. Anyways, thank you guys for watching me in this video. Be sure to check out my Patreon site when you get a chance. Check out my website, my social media sites, and everything else out there. Peace, love, namaste, and I'll see you guys later. Peace. I totally understand why DC can't show what's happening with the Rebirth storyline, or that they probably haven't figured it all out yet, but still, at least they could show one panel of Tim Drake showing that he's formulating a plan that may not work, but still a plan that he's trying to do, where he's trying to contact Batman. Something like that I would be really happy with, but still, nothing. We just get holographic representations and flashbacks, almost as though DC is saying specifically that you can't show Tim Drake, and it makes me wonder, are they doing that on purpose?